Hello there, I'm Gary Foster and welcome to episode 20 of What Price Victory featuring the Western Sydney Wanderers. And in today's game we've got an A-League game and the Wanderers are away to the Newcastle Jets. This particular episode sees the Wanderers in second position, although we do have 2 games in hand over top place Melbourne City. So if we were to pick up maximum points for those games in hand, we could get to the top of the tree. But since the last episode in the schedule, which was the opening game of the season against the Central Coast Mariners, the Wanderers have actually performed quite well. We had a 6-2 home victory over the Wellington Phoenix. Now, this score flattered us a little bit because Phoenix were in the game at half time, and it was only 2 late goals that kicked away from the Phoenix. Central Coast Mariners, we were at home to them and a solid 5-2 victory. This was a much more comprehensive win because the Mariners scored two late goals. Now, the game against Western United was another home win, and in this particular game, 5-0 victory featured a first-half hat-trick by Kontemirosov, who's our lone signee from Leeds United. And his hat-trick was actually in the space of just on 11 minutes. Now, 5-0 was the score at half-time, and I'm not really quite sure what happened in the second half, but my best Churchillian address, they were unable to improve the scoreline in the second half, but they certainly dominated the game. I won't go into the goals that were scored like I usually do. Let's go to the squad that'll take on the Newcastle Jets. Okay, so here we are for the game against the Newcastle Jets, going for a reasonably attacking formation, which is sort of the formation I've fallen into with the signing of these 2 loanees. So they're quite attacking, and I need to try and find spots in the team for them. But the squad is Mejias in goal. We've got Traore, Kankar, Wright and Dugarkovic across the back line. We've got Bacchus and Antonis in our central midfield duties. Our attacking midfielders, we've got Terise, Tamaruskov and Abini, and we've got Tedik up the front. So we'll submit that team. Bernie Obini and Bailey Wright have just come back from international duties, so I've been nursing them through a couple of games because they've been tired and emotional. I want you to pick up where you left off last time. I'm not quite sure how complacent. It's a big loss, and I don't care. I'm not quite sure those 3 really good wins. They don't appear to be complacent, but then I'm not sure what sort of effect that would those 3 results would have on morale. But there is an expectation that they will play well, and I'm expecting a win. So, ball being played across the centre third. Antonis back to Kankar and Wright. Bacchus, who has reached a bit of a milestone as being my most capped Wanderer in appearances, which I thought was quite interesting, seeing he's only had a bit part role to play in my part of the save. Here we have Newcastle on the attack, and a ball that Garkovic won't pull out, but I'm not really quite sure what happened. It looked like a dangerous pass to the keeper, but nothing came of it. So our match clock kicks over, but we've got a free kick, and Terise with a shot off the wall. He's actually scored some good goals for us from free kicks, although his free kick stat is not the best. Terise with the corner and easily claimed by the keeper, who pumps it upfield straight away, and they're trying to get us on a counter. Ooh, and Traore has brought down... Yes. Okay. Traore needs to be careful. But here we are. Free kick by Antonis. Half cleared by the Jets defence, but Therese low to Antonis. Squares it up to Temeruskov, who hits the post. Ricochet Rabbit in the middle. And it's cleared behind for another corner. So I'll just, while I've got the opportunity, I'll just yell a bit of encouragement. Tedic with the corner. And I think that was Therese coming in on the far post. But Bailey Wright is up from the back, and ideally we'd like to get a bit of width, guys. I don't know why Bernie is so far in field. Garkovic, oh, little channel ball through to Abini. First time cross, straight to the keeper. Does quite well. So we seem to be dominating territory, he says, as the Jets launch a counter-attack. But I'm thinking that no one's playing poorly, although there are a couple of numbers that aren't as good as what I thought they'd be. My main concern will be those 2 yellow cards to Kankar and Traore. Okay. Oh, funky angle. What's going to happen? Something usually happens. This might push forward our mentality up to positive rather than balance, just to see if we can get a bit of a spark out of these. But Therese with the cross in, and I think that was Abini with the header. Abini has been scoring a lot of goals for us with his head, and he's not a tall man, so it's been quite impressive. Okay, Kankar to right. Cross to Agarkovic. No, it's Bacchus. Okay. Giving him room for the cross, and it's a dangerous cross. Comes in easily won. I thought Kankar was going to head that into his own net then. Shout a little bit more encouragement. Oh, is that Therese? No penalty. No penalty, but a long ball up. Trying to catch us on the break, but well cut out by Kankar. Temeruskov had come back quite deep from his role as an attacking midfielder, but Therese threw on the ball and he slots it in. So Temeruskov showing his versatility, not afraid to come back and pick the ball up deep, and it was actually, that was probably the money ball. Bacchus, Tedic. Nah, Tedic certainly made that, didn't he? Yeah. Okay, so 1-0 just before half-time. That should set us up reasonably nicely, because I would have had the finger well and truly pointed at them. But there's a good effort in reply to the Jets. We just need to be careful. Another through ball picked up by Traore. Therese to Antonis, and then back to Kankar. Temeruskov come deep again. Okay, can we switch it wide to the right? We can. Beanie's not... Oh, dangerous crossfield ball. That more than good luck than good management. And Tedic back to Therese. It's got a bit of space. Far post to Abini. And looping header back across the goal. Should bring us into half time. As you can see, we've dominated that in the XG department. The 7 shots with 3 on target. It's quite good. And we've hit the woodwork once. Possession, I thought we might have had a little bit more possession than that, but that's okay. We'll go into the dressing room, and I'm going... I would normally say something about complacency here, but I'm just a little bit nervous that they might negatively react, so I'll be assertive, and I'll go with Labanot's recommendation here to say, I know you're going well, but you're capable of even better. Normally I'd tell them maybe complacency, maybe 2-0 up, but anyway, we'll go with that and see how this second half unfolds. Still got those 2 card issues to Kankar and Traore. May look at subbing Kankar because his numbers aren't great. Ball to be picked up by Garkovic, but nothing comes of that particular highlight. Garkovic heading it back to the keeper. This might... Baghulio or Wilmering. I might use Baghulio. Antonis with a good shot. Yeah, just picking Baghulio because if I do have to remove Traore, Wilmering would be the logical replacement or the sub. Maybe just yell a little bit more of encouragement because certainly haven't dominated the game on the scoreboard. I wasn't expecting a cakewalk, but I always get nervous at 1-0 up. Yeah, a good cross in, but Tedic couldn't control the ball under pressure from a Jets defender. Interesting style of kicking there, but a quick counter. Traore cut that out quite well. Therese in a bit of space. Channel ball, or is he gone across? Thought I had early crosses on too, but a beanie there with the header cracks it against the bar, I think, and it's dealt with by the Jets defence. Okay, so now I'll start looking at fitness levels. Be looking at maybe replacing a beanie. I've got Orglar on the bench. He's been quite well. A couple of more bookings have been picked up. 6.6s. I'll just let it run for maybe another 10 minutes game time, just in case anything untoward should happen. He's got to be offside, surely. Okay, so that was a let off. Looks like Bailey Wright, his fitness levels have tanked out, but I'll do a quick think about changes. Yeah, I am thinking about changes, but it's going to be Traore and Wilmering can come on. So a little channel ball to Bacchus. Bacchus, can he beat the keeper? Yes, he can beat the keeper to the ball, and he tucks it away quite well. Well, that late goal, surely that will settle the game for us. Once again, it's been very typical of Wanderers games. Although it might look comfortable on the scoreboard, we've been made to work hard for the games, and perhaps the game against Western United was the exception to that. So 2-0. Maybe we can just turn it down a little bit. Terese with a free kick. He'll probably go for goal. And he curls it in, and it was actually a good save, I think, from the keeper. That was brilliant. I said Terese's free kick figures aren't all that flattering, but he does get a few on target. Okay, nothing silly, boys. We've got 4 minutes. Give him a little bit of praise. Instructions, we can slow it down. So Garkovic, who's actually finding a nice little spot for himself at right back, although I'm thinking that he's going to be knocking on the door shortly, because one of his promises was that I'd play him as a defensive midfielder, and I haven't used a defensive midfielder in many of the formations. It's usually been on the Asian Champions League campaign where I've gone with the midfield triangle. Just playing it out, and there we have full time, with the referee doing a little bit of a moonwalk. So as you can see, that was pretty impressive, although once again I'm just a little bit surprised that possession was so evenly shared. We'll go into the dressing room and we'll give them all a cuddle and say, well done lads, that was a good win for us. Okay, so that win sees Wanderers climb to the top of the tree over Melbourne City. Just continue on to that. There's a little bit of admin to do there, which we won't worry too much about. But if we go into the schedule, we've got an away game against Wellington Phoenix, which I might play offline. And then I might make those 2 Melbourne games a double header, because they should be 2 pretty good games and pretty close games. The Wellington Phoenix, I'm not sure. I think we should beat them, but as you can see, they're down in 8th position. But Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory are certainly two of the top teams, and teams that we have to put a bit of distance behind. So fingers crossed we can do that. So anyway, that's all the news that is news. I'm Gary Foster. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch up with you soon. All the best now. Bye bye.